it's Karen, the Weekend Craftaholic, and I thought I would share my weekly video with you today on a Sunday rather than yesterday because it is, as you know, the 1st of November. And what I'm going to do throughout November is a little gratitude journal. As you can see here, 30 days of gratitude. There's also similar links on Instagram like hashtag 30 thankful days, that kind of thing. So I just missed out in September doing the list, the 30 lists. All of these links I'll put down below if you've not heard of any of these projects. And I found out a little bit too late on Instagram, so I was having a look, what else could I do? I found November, there's obviously with Thanksgiving in America, it's quite a popular time to do 30 days of gratitude. So it's definitely something that I want to do. I have been absent from crafting for some personal reasons, so I'm not 100% sure how much time I'll have throughout November to do crafting. So I've come up with a plan to make this super easy for myself. I'm going to share those tips with you, just in case you're a little time poor as well, but wanted to get involved in something like this. So I'm going to show you my plan, and hopefully it inspires you if it's something you've been thinking of doing but don't want to overcommit, or you're concerned that there'd be too much work involved. So for this particular project, I'm going to use everything in my Magical Forest collection. So this is from Crate Paper. You know I absolutely love this collection. So I've got the 12x12 pads, the 6x8. I've got the stamp pad. I've got some ephemera as well in the sticker book, and also the sticker sheet. So to make my little book, I started with a 12x12 sheet, and what I did, I just cut it straight down the middle. So I add a 12x6, being mindful of the direction of the pattern, of course. I used a couple of these sheets, and then I just folded them in the middle, and then I've attached them with a couple of staples. Now I've done quite a few videos showing you how to do this before, so I won't do that now, but that is the method that I've used to make this little chunky book, and I think there was about 8 pages in it in total, or 8 sheets. Now of course, doing it this way, you always end up with a blank sheet because these are not double-sided sheets. Because although the example I'm showing you is double-sided, because I bought those separately, I did use it from the book that I've got, and these are not double-sided unfortunately as well, but I did use them from this. I didn't have enough of the double-sided ones to use, but that's not a problem because I always find this happens when I usually use my 6x8 pads. So what I've decided to do, I saw Diane Reesley back in March, April time prepping for her daily journaling, and I recently got myself a gel press, so I thought I would use that and do a little bit of experimenting on all of these. So I've prepped all of my pages. I'm going to walk you through them now, just to make sure that they're not just blank, because what I don't want to do throughout the month is have to prep all the page as well as write down my journaling, that kind of thing. So if that's something similar to you, then I think this video might help. Okay, so let me show you first of all. I'm going to hide the first few pages because I want to talk about those separately. But you can see here, I've started on every page. I've put my days of the week. Just grab these stamp sheets actually. I should quickly say, I guess. So for this title, I used this stamp set from Kelly Stamps, and this is a Bishop Street Alpha, and this is my absolute favourite one. And then inside for each of the days of the week, I have used another Kelly Stamps. This is called Take a Number. Now for day 1, I did use this first one. I didn't like the look of it, so I've used this outline number for the rest of the days, as you can see. So again, that's something I don't need to worry about. All my pages are numbered for each day of the week. Okay, and then what I did on all of my blank pages is use my gel press and try different techniques. So you can see this was just putting some ink on, swishing it side by side, putting the gel press on top. This I've just used the cubes on the gel press and then laid it down. Some mushing straight on, a bit of water effect. So whatever you want to do, go for it, you know, pick whatever design or style you want to do, that you want to practice with. Now for the middle, because I didn't want to have the middle page like a double blank, I have actually glued these down together, so it's just one thicker piece in the middle. And then you can see these are where I did the ink pad straight on top. I used a stencil with the gel press on these next couple of pages, and I'm not too worried that they don't look finished, because then obviously they're not finished. This is just a bit of a background ready for me to go. So these were with the stencils, and so yes, so that is my book almost done. Now, the way I feel like I'm going to get this done without too much stress is, and obviously it's the first today, so I've already started with my page for the first, is basically if I'm using a photograph, I don't necessarily want to do journaling, photograph, it doesn't have to be the full shebang. So I'm going to do a mix of photos. I may do some hidden journaling underneath the photos as well, because obviously space is a bit of a premium. I have got all of these little ephemera pieces which I want to make sure I use up as well. These gorgeous little gift tags, so I'm going to be using those as decoration. I do also have the stamp set, so you can see here I've used the stamp set to decorate this very first page. So my idea on some of these pages is to do just that. This is just a starting point, and then depending what I put on, whether it's journaling, I might just write straight over that, for example, or I might cover it with paper. What I don't want to do is have too much of this paper as a background, because it would just be too fat. It really would be too thick, and I'd wanted to avoid that. The other thing that I've done is pre-printed some quotes. So this book's going to be a mixture of photos, journaling, maybe photos and journaling, as well as quotes. And I've purposely selected these particular ones that I absolutely love. They resonate with me in terms of gratitude, things that really shout out when I see this. So you can see I have got heaps of these little photographs all ready to go, and I've actually had these in my stash for quite a while, just haven't got around to using them. So what better time to use some of these is in my book. So this is a 5x5 photo, so you see they would be perfect in the book. Now, I'm not even worried about if I end up going over the numbers, because I can always put it again at another location, or if I have a page missing, you know, it's fine. I'm going to know that 9 comes after 8 and before 10. So not getting too precious on this. My main goal is to get it done. I really need to have some positive energy and focus throughout the month of November. It's going to be a challenging one for me personally, so I'm thinking this is a good way to still do a little bit of crafting. So I do find that very therapeutic, and also achieve something at the same time. So these are not filler pages, for want of a better word. These are genuine things that I would like to be included, because I'm grateful for a lot of these things. You know, I'm grateful for my past. You know, it's all of this kind of stuff resonates very well and will fit very well in this journal, because maybe I won't have time every day to do this, which leads me on to my next point. Actually, I've just got a little card here, 6x4 card, and I'm just going to jot every day the things that I've put. So if tomorrow I want to I don't know, be thankful for my parents, then I'll write that down, and then later either try and find a photograph of them that I want to use, or do some journaling around that, whichever seems appropriate for me on the day. So this is kind of my little checklist of things that I'm going to use each month. The other thing you can do, there's lots of prompts online, so if you need a little bit more guidance on, rather than waiting to see what comes to mind each day for you, there's lots of prompts you'll find. So that's another way of knowing what you're going to do each day. I just don't want to be pigeonholed into a prompt. I want it to come natural. I want it to be genuine and authentic from me in my gratitude. And I don't want to preempt what each day's gratitude is, because until that day happens, I don't know what I'm grateful for. But as I said, I do have these that I can use. If I end up not being available for a week or so, then I can use these in there as well. So that is kind of my plan B, if you like, for want of a better word. But I'm really looking forward to doing this. I think it's going to be a good lead up into December Daily. As you know, I love doing December Daily, and I'm hoping to have some time to prep for that as well. And I also want to give you a flick through of last year, so I might get that recorded today, whilst I know I have capacity today to do some of this. But it's also going to give me a chance to use up this magical forest collection, because like I mentioned before, I have quite a lot of this particular one. I've got this huge 12x12 paper pad, which I don't often get from the American brands, but it was actually in my local Spotlight store. That's why I actually had some separately purchased sheets that I got from scrapbook.com. And I'd got the paper pad as well from that. But yeah, I've got quite a lot I can use. I want to make sure that I do use as much of this as possible as well. I love the colours. I think they'll go very well with fall. And yes, I'm really excited to get stuck in and actually do some more stamping as well. So my plan is, as well as having the stamp for this collection, I've obviously got lots of other stamps that will be appropriate and relevant. I will be sharing quite a lot of these on Instagram, because again, I've kind of been absent from that for a while just because of some personal family commitments. So this will be a nice way of linking that in as well. I obviously won't do every day. And I will actually say the reason I didn't show you the second page is because when I first did my gel press, I absolutely made an absolute mess of it at the back. So I've hidden it with a piece of paper, and I've already put this little quote on ready for tomorrow, because I know tomorrow is going to be a very busy day for me on Monday. So that will be no doubt my Monday gratitude, because it is a blue moon this weekend. Some people call it the harvest moon, and it's when we have 2 full moons in 1 calendar month, and I am absolutely grateful for that as well, because that is going to bring a lot of change for us all, much needed change that we all need. So that is my quick flip through. I hope I didn't go too fast. I hope I covered everything. I'm using a full collection, so I don't have to worry about things blending together. It's all going to be cohesive. I've got my little list to keep me on track, because I doubt I'm going to be able to do this every day, but that's going to help me backtrack, and I'm going to keep it so very quick and easy each day. It might be a photograph, it might be some journaling, it might be a mix of both, or it could just be my quotes as well. So if you're contemplating taking this up, I would love to see what you do. I'd love to see what you share. So please let me know in the comments below as well if you've got any other tips that you think I could use to do this nice and quick. Otherwise, I hope you have a great crafting weekend, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.